Hello YouTube. This is the first video on the channel that I will be making. This is !kick MMA. This video is going to be unscripted. I don't want to write scripts for this channel because it's just, I don't know, shit. But pretty much what this is going to be a UFC MMA prediction channel. We might talk about some topics, maybe some other stuff. But that's kind of what the whole gist of this is what this is going to be is. We don't have any UFC this weekend, but we've got some really good cards coming up in the near future. One of them being Imavov versus Borralho, which is going to be the one I discussed today. Paris fight night. Big implications for the middleweight division, I think. I know we've got Fluffy Hernandez versus RDR coming up in October, but to me, this is the real number one contender fight. I want to talk about it because it is almost like a Fighting Nerds versus Paris card, especially with the co-main event and the main event, which is what I'm going to be talking about. Let's just get straight into it. So, co-main event we have here. We have Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Rufy. I've had to come to a cold, hard truth about predicting fights that when it comes to picking competitive fights that you know are going to be a bit tricky. If you were left with more of a gut feeling, then, if the gut feeling is stronger than excuses to reason with why a certain fighter might win, then you've already found your option. And I struggled with that. I picked Brian Ortega to beat Aljo. And a lot of other fights that I've kind of just completely missed on predictions. So what this is going to be me actually kind of thinking through the fight, predicting properly. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Rufy. I think Mauricio Rufy is going to knock out BSD in the second round. I do think there's going to be some potential advantages for BSD going into this fight. One of the big ones is definitely going to be the grappling. I know that Rufy's trains in Brazil, has a very, very, very good gym. Haven't seen too much of his wrestling in the UFC outside of his, contender fight? I think that could prove some problems for him, but I just think Benoit Saint-Denis is just so slow and not dynamic. He went a bit of a tear, a really, really good tear of just all finishes. Really good first round against Poirier, gets knocked out, gets fucked up by Moicano. Beats Carl Prebolek, which was a bit of a career saver, and now he's fighting Mauricio Rufy, who is a sniper, who is a proper sniper. Picks his shots very well. Crazy power in his hands, and very creative with his striking. There was a move that he hit, whatever the fuck his name was, at UFC 309. It was that dude that was on short notice or whatever, I can't remember, but he hit him with this very clean left hook pivot. I think that's going to be the shot that puts away BSD. I think he's going to come forward, gonna have a good first round, good pressure wrestling, all that kind of stuff, but I think we're going to see him probably gas in the second, probably gas rather quickly. Same way with all his other fights. And I think he's going to walk in there with the Plotty Man's jab, and he's just going to get smoked. He's going to get flattened. And it's gonna, I don't know, Benoit Saint-Denis had so much promise at a certain period in time, and I don't know. It's a bit sad. I really like Benoit Saint-Denis coming off the Frivola KO. That was one of the first cards I watched live, and that was just awesome. I think Rufy's going to end his career. It's going to be a pretty slick TKO, or just probably not a flat line. It'll be like he hits him when he goes down, a couple follow-up shots, ref calls it off, and I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a round 2 KO for Mauricio Rufy. That's my prediction for the co-main event. Rufy's good. Rufy's really good, man. He is definitely one of the better. He's up there when it comes to Borralho, when it comes to the best out of the fighting nerds gym. Yeah. I'm picking him to win this fight. Second round KO. Pivot left hook. Going to catch him. Countering a jab that has no power technique behind it. He's going to walk and fling it out. And then boom. On the chin. Gone. That's what I think. Right. Now we're on to the big one. The big one. The main event. Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Ooh. This is a good one. This is going to be a good one, I can tell. I've got Imavov. I think Imavov's got this in the bag, I reckon. He's coming off a really, really good win. That's knocking out Israel Adesanya, which is insane. Not even Pereira dropped him that bad. That's a bit ridiculous what Imavov managed to do. Borralho's, I think when we talk about this fight, we got to think about the Jared Cannonier fight, because I think that's the big one. Because we got to think yes, Imavov did flatten Adesanya. He did knock out Izzy. He did lose the first round. I think Imavov's got it though. Look, Caio Borralho fucked up Jared Cannonier 4-5 rounds. 10-8 in the 5th across the board, which is really good. Nassourdine Imavov's and Cannonier's fight was a bit competitive till the weird stoppage in the 4th. I think it was the 4th. Anyway. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a bit close. I can't think that. I think Imavov's going to win probably 3-2, 48-47. But I don't know. I can't be totally confident in that, because he has lost a few. He's 16-4. Borralho's 17-1. And I know that records are subjective, but he did lose to Strickland pretty bad. A short notice Strickland fucked up Imavov pretty bad. His fight with Brendan Allen, that's another thing as well. Wasn't the best. He was kind of getting schooled a little bit on the feet by Brendan Allen, which is a bad look. He was getting a bit pieced up in some moments. While Borralho's looked pretty much flawless his entire career. That's what I'm saying. Imavov has the better wins and the better wins as of recently. Borralho's had a near perfect career. He's 17-1, coming off of, I think, what was it? It's Cannonier, Paul Craig. I mean, that's a pretty big jump in competition, but he schooled Cannonier. It's going to be close. I could see it going either way. And he's got really good submissions. His jiu-jitsu is way better than Imavov's. Imavov's wrestling's probably a bit better. Well, a lot better. The striking's going to be competitive. The striking is going to be competitive, I think. I could see Borralho getting the upper hand in some moments. Because, I mean, like, bro, if you're getting tagged up by fucking Brendan Allen, you can get tagged up by fucking anyone. Caio Borralho especially. I think it's going to be the wrestling. I think it's going to be the takedowns. I don't know. Maybe Imavov just fucking starches him. Maybe just puts him out. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be close. But I think Imavov's going to get the decision. Maybe a split decision. I could see him being close, but it's going to go. I think Imavov's got it. Look, I would really like Borralho to win. I'm a fan of the Fighting Nerds. It could go either way, but I think Imavov's probably going to get it. That's what my gut's telling me. That's what my logic's telling me. I think Imavov's going to get it. Potentially 48, 47, 49, 46 if we're lucky. But my pick's probably going to be Imavov by decision. Yeah. I think I'm pretty confident with that. Cool. So that's my predictions for UFC Paris. Kind of just going to do like no BS prediction videos for this channel just because I like talking about it. I like going through the MMA math of it. This video is probably not going to be the best thing ever or very entertaining, but I mean, I hope people like it. I hope people like the videos because I'm going to be posting them. I really do enjoy talking about the UFC, talking about all that kind of stuff. And I love watching the fights. I really love watching fights. So just leave your comments what you think about my picks, what your picks are. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. I've got Imavov by decision. I think he's going to go on a bit of a roll, and I think if anyone at middleweight is going to beat Hamza Chimaev, it's going to be Imavov. That's my 2 cents. All right, see ya.